Hi, I'm Gareth Spence and welcome to Tech Talk. Edge AI is driving a lot of discussions right now. As ever more traffic is migrated to the edge of the network, organizations want to know how they can leverage Edge AI to drive greater levels of automation and innovation. To provide some details on this topic and to demo Edge AI, I'm joined by Adtran's Anthony Magee and Simon Jack. Anthony, what are you showing with this demo?
So today we'd like to take the opportunity to show Adtran's edge compute solution. It's called Cloudlet Multinode. Cloudlet Multinode is an operating system that's used to deploy multiple vertical use cases in one single hardware device. So it allows businesses like small, medium enterprises and federal agencies to build solutions that are built on virtual infrastructure on one single hardware platform. And what we're doing with this is we're extending it with features that enable Edge AI. So for example, access to the GPU infrastructure underneath the hardware and also multi-node capability.
What problems are you trying to solve?
So if we look at AI today, it's built on very centralized architectures. So often hosted in hyperscaler data centers. That's not really a problem for people using AI because typically they're asking an agent a question and getting a response. They're not really that bothered about the time taken to receive those answers. The other thing that we're seeing is that the cost of deploying into those data centers is very high. License cost is high, transport cost is high, and the complexity of getting in there is pretty high. However, if we look at the way that we're seeing Edge AI or AI move towards the edge, we're seeing drivers that change the way things are behaving. So customers are looking to use their own data to help influence the AI inference. They're also looking to control their own data in a more secure way. So this idea of data sovereignty is becoming much more important. Now, if you're going to move AI towards the edge, think about the cost of deploying data centers. Often these are deployed very close to power stations to get the required power to control the GPU, et cetera, in the infrastructure. So that cost of deploying data centers, they're now being measured in megawatt per data center rather than compute metrics. So this idea of Edge AI is becoming much more interesting to the customer. They're looking to deploy Edge AI in micro data centers, much closer to the edge. And that's the solution that we're bringing to market to try and solve some of those problems.
What's the business opportunity here?
So we think the business opportunity is allowing the telco to monetize their infrastructure in a more meaningful way. So by deploying leased components on the customer prem, but also offering their services in the network edge for that function, it gives them a way of monetizing that. And we estimate the cost of inference from analyst reports to be about $150 billion by 2030.
Are you targeting specific sectors with the solution? Who might use the platform?
So the nice thing about working with Adtran for this is that we have a number of pillars that are required to build the overall solution. So if you think about how an Edge AI deployment may occur, the first thing that's going to be needed is the connectivity out to the site. So if that's not in place, Adtran can support that with its existing portfolio. Once that connectivity is on site, we can deploy edge compute, and then we rely on the zero-touch provisioning processes that are built on that platform to allow the infrastructure to dial home and then become auto-provisioned with the solution. So it appeals to multiple types of customers, network providers, and the end customer who are the enterprise. And what they're trying to do is install virtual workloads that allow them to build the AI platform up. And we must remember that AI is not going to exist on its own. It's going to coexist with other functions at the network edge.
Simon, this is a good point to bring you into the discussion. What example are you going to show us here in the demo?
Thank you, Gareth. The demonstration that we're showing today is running and is deployed and running on the Cloudlet multi-node solution. We've deployed an AI application that shows site safety. So we're able to use computer vision to visualize and monitor site safety parameters such as safety boots, PPE, goggles, gloves, and we can report those non-compliances. And the idea of this demonstration today is to show the end customer the value of deploying AI and how a telco customer could enable their customer through this type of use case. And also showing that our Cloudlet multi-node solution is the enabler for this. So this isn't just an AI platform. This is a multi-component solution that we're orchestrating with our Mano platform. It allows us to bring a router component, an AI governance component, and then the AI application itself together in a service chain. And that's what we're representing on the diagram that's on the screen today.
Great, let's take a look.
It's not just an AI inference platform. It's being built using Adtran's Cloudlet and orchestrated via a zero-touch process. And this makes it appropriate for small on-premise compute and also large high-performance compute that may be deployed at the network edge. So to provide a brief overview of the solution or the orchestration template that we've deployed, this view represents the service topology and the network chaining between the different elements within the solution. We have a 6-ring vRouter, which provides the routing function. We've got our regularity compliance virtual network function, and we've also got our computer vision application itself, each within its own isolated VNFs. On the second screen, this screen represents the templated configuration that is deployed onto the solution once the zero-touch provisioning process takes place. And this third screen is the regulatory compliance dashboard, which shows that both of our computer vision virtual network functions are available online and protected by the AI Edge Labs platform. And then the fourth tab, on this fourth tab, this shows our Adtran Cloudlet Edge AI demonstration, where we're taking a computer vision model, linking it with a remote camera, and we're inferring against a PPE safety dataset. This allows us to detect non-compliance on a site, such as high-vis jackets, goggles, helmets, and we can record these non-compliances to demonstrate the usability of AI.
Simon, thanks for showing this use case. Anthony, it appears that Edge AI needs to be seen in a much broader context and not in isolation.
That's right. So if you think about our solution, we're basically reducing operational cost and the operational complexity that allows a customer to build infrastructure as a service first and foremost. And on that, they can host Edge AI. And the intention is that that's going to be hosted across multiple sites. And as I said, AI is going to coexist with other networking functions. So it's clear to have that capability.
Anthony, Simon, thanks for joining me today.